What's going on, YouTube? It's right here, up again with another video. Today I'm going to be bringing you my personal settings that I use for Modern Warfare 2. This is strictly multiplayer that I use for like competitive when I play CDL Mosh Pit or pubs or just whatever. Just a note that this is for console gamers. If you guys are PC players, don't gotta watch it because I'm not going through PC settings. Because I don't play on PC. I play on my PlayStation 5. If you play on Xbox, whichever one, or PlayStation 4, I mean these are to me like some of the best things you can use. All right, so we're gonna go right through it. Obviously, I play a controller. I play a Scuff. Shout to Scuff. For button layout, I use play tactical. I've always been a tactical person because, for those of you who don't know, circle is melee or whatever for Xbox, and then my right stick clicking changes stance so I can slide dive better. Why I play like this is because when I am playing on Claw, or I'm not Claw, I used to play on Claw a long time ago, but when I got a Scuff, this is just a better layout because like the paddles in the back help with I can melee with my my right paddle. Bumper ping off. I don't know. I mean, I know it does, but I don't use it. I don't play on flipped. I know some people do. Flipped was a good option prior to PS5, but since I have a PS5 Scuff, I do not need to play on flipped because my triggers and my bumpers are like mouse pads almost. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're like digital pads. I just tap. Like they don't press all the way down. I just kind of like lightly tap and it works. So again, shout to Scuff. Stick layout's default. Controller vibration off. This is super important. I hate playing with controller vibration. I've never played with controller vibration in any FPS multiplayer ever. Back in Halo 1, like since Halo 1, which was like 2001, like I'm an elder emo, elder gamer person, and I've always played with vibration off. If you play with it on, it really can fuck up some of your gunfights and whatnot. So we have that off. I kept this default because full haptics, it affects like your dead zones and stuff, which we'll get into later. I currently play on 7.7 for my aiming sensitivity, horizontal and thing. I know some pros like to play 6.6.1, but I feel like 7.7 and then my ADS multiplier. So when I'm aiming at my sight, my multiplier is down to 0.9, so it's like a little bit slower. So it's about a 6. When you do the math, it's like 6 point something or whatever. I leave this all default. This is all default. Gameplay, that's defaulted as hold. So you're not gonna touch this. You're not gonna touch this. You're not gonna touch any of this. I turn on automatic sprint. I do not use auto tactical sprint because I feel like in this game you don't half the time. Like I don't even like tactical sprinting. We'll get into some later settings that like when I do use it, but I just feel like auto tactical sprint is not that good in this game compared to previous games because you don't need it because you're not slide canceling around and it's not a good form of movement to be honest. Equipment behavior hold. This is all defaulted. You have to touch this. I use prioritize interact. This is kind of more for Warzone than it is for multiplayer. Why I use this is because like you can press your square button on your PlayStation to interact or reload simultaneously. However, when you're near a door and you have to reload, you hold to reload, you tap to interact to open up doors. So it just helps to open up doors quicker and like the supply boxes and whatnot. So, and then armor, I put apply all. I don't even know if there's like a really good difference. Obviously, target aim assist is on. I play on the Black Ops setting. This is super important. I feel like it just feels better with this on. Like I can't even describe it. Like the default. They said that they nerfed Black Ops recently, but I just don't notice the difference. I do feel a nice slowdown when I'm aiming on people. This comes down to preference. If you want to use default, which is like the default Modern Warfare one that's been used for like the last couple of years, go for it. I like the Black Ops one; it feels better. I don't touch this gyro stuff. I play on dynamic. This is also super important. Dynamic is amazing. It's wonderful. It shouldn't be in the game. I don't know why they keep doing like these aim response curve types. I feel like this has helped out like a lot of players get better, be better than what they probably should be. But that's another discussion for another day. This is all defaulted again. We're gonna skip some of this. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Dead zones. People are gonna ask about dead zones. This comes down to preference. I would highly recommend your left stick be zeroed out and this can stay normal. And I would use your buttons also zeroed out. So that means you don't have to press down as hard on your triggers or your pet or whatever. If you use the bumpers for flipped, if you play like with like a regular PlayStation 4 controller or Xbox controller or something like that, like this helps. So you have to press down as much or as hard to get the shot off for game, get your ADS going or whatever. So definitely put these at 0. The right stick, this is a preference. I feel like this game's bugged half the time anyway. I actually would prefer to be lower, but like sometimes even lower or even on this one with not 0.09, I still get stick drift, and I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's really weird. I don't think it's my controller. I just got this like not that long ago. I think it's the game because this game is super buggy and crap, honestly. Toggle for sprint, yeah, whatever. Auto move forward off. This is the important one. This is what I was talking about from before. Single tap to sprint. Single taps from sprinting. So like you move your stick forward because you have auto sprint on. All you have to do now is single tap to do your tactical sprint. So it does help out. So if I need to tactical sprint, which I don't even like doing that much in this game, except for like off the break on like a search and destroy setting or whatever, I do it. But whatever. Ground and mental on. I use partial because like I can like I can't really explain it, but like it's better than like, and then you have automated ground off, and you have this partial because like you can like hold down your jump button when you're close to like a ledge, so you can climb over or climb up at least. So it's kind of a decent setup right here. I actually this is one that's kind of crazy. I actually switched this to inverted, so now with this setting, the standard is tap to slide, hold to dive. I actually switched it because I don't slide in this game. I don't even slide in this game. I think sliding in this game is awful. You can't slide cancel. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even need to be in the game. Diving's more important. You can dive through a window. There's some dive cheese spots you can do like on like Fortress. I'm sure some people have seen some clips on that for like competitive. I feel like dive is better than sliding in this game. So I actually switched to invert, so now I can just tap to dive and go through a window or off a ledge into like some area or whatever. This is all defaulted. For Warzone, I turn off the auto parachute deploy because obviously I want to control like when I actually do it, so I can get to the ground faster. I'm sure like a lot of Warzone players use that. I think this is I did switch this ledge hang mantle behavior. I do it with move base. So I don't have to double tap my mantle button to get on a ledge and go up. I can just hit my stick up while I'm hitting it to climb. So it's like a little bit faster. It feels like I don't know. It's kind of nice. All this stuff, like I said, is pretty sure it's all defaulted. I did switch the mount delay exit delay to short to the shortest, so you get off of mounting quicker. C4 detonation I turned on so you can like throw it. Like I don't know why this is a setting. This used to not be a setting. It was always defaulted as something. I don't know, whatever. Most of this is just like I said defaulted. Like I said, most of this is just defaulted. We're gonna have to go through that. Keyboard mouse we're gonna skip over because I don't play on mouse and keyboard. So graphics, I actually turn off on-demand texture streaming. This should not be on. This shouldn't even be a thing, honestly. Like, yeah, it updates high-quality textures to make your game look a little bit better. But honestly, it fucks up your FPS. It fucks up your performance. It fucks up your latency. So technically, is like your ping and your like connection in general, like while you're playing the game, because it's constantly running in the background trying to download these textures while you're trying to play a game. So for people, especially if you have crap internet, I would highly recommend turning this off. Actually, as a matter of fact, I would turn off all of this crap. None of this should even be a thing. I don't care about realism. I don't care about being immersed into it. If you are trying to play Call of Duty at a high level, at a competitive level, if you get on and want to like be better at the game, none of these settings should be on except for fidelity, which I'll get into in just a second. But like, because blur, film grain, off, depth of field, turn all that crap off. It should not be on. It's stupid. It hurts your eyes. It makes you play worse with the film grain, and it's like grainier, and it just looks awful. Depth of field, like it makes when you aim down your sight, it's like your field of view gets blurry, so it's like you're focusing on that one point, which you shouldn't want tunnel vision. You actually want to be snappy, and this hurts that. So like, turn all that shit off. Even fidelity sometimes I turn off. It just sharpens things. It helps with like longer engagements, like longer range engagements. So it's not that bad. From what I've heard, when it comes to the strength, between 50 and 80 is like the sweet spot. If you go past that, it could start messing up like your FPS. It could mess up your latency or something. From what I've heard, I don't know if that's true, but especially on console, I don't know about PC. Obviously, if you have like great graphics drives and all that crap, it doesn't matter. Obviously, my 120 refresh rate's on. You should have that on. My field of view is 100. I feel like in this game, you got to have at least 100. Maybe I was playing on 105, but I didn't really see the difference. But I kind of like lowered it to 100. I don't know. I feel like 100's fine. I play on affected, obviously, because you want to get a better field of view when you're aiming down your sight. It's kind of like you're using like an ELO sight compared to red dot back in the day. And I use weapon field of view wide, so like again, it's the screen around your gun looks a little bit better. I don't know. I just feel like it's just better that way. That's default. I don't care. All this more immersion crap, turn it down to least. So now your camera doesn't shake as much from the intensity of like a streak falling near you or shell shocked from nades. Like turn all that crap off. This is like so. This is all defaulted. Brightness. This is a preference. I have it on 65 in game, but my monitor setting is at 100, so that doesn't really matter. Audio. I use headphones bass boost. Master volume's at 30. If I mess with my master volume a lot. Like if I'm playing pubs or I'm chilling out, like by myself, I don't even play with my headset on half the time. Like if I'm playing pubs, I'm not even kidding. Like I actually just play by myself with the headset off. But if I'm playing competitively, like CDL Mosh Pit or Game Battles or whatever, I would turn up to 50 so I can sound horror. Music volume should be completely off. You don't want to hear that crap in the middle of a game. Dialogue down to about 30 because you don't want to hear. I don't need to hear a guy yelling in my ear saying enemy UAV or whatever. Like I don't need to hear that, especially because it pops up on the screen anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Effect volume 100, hit marker 100. That whatever. Mono audio off, doesn't matter. Subtitles off. Most of this stuff is just off or defaulted. Like this is like where we get to the it doesn't matter now. Like the rest of this. We get to interface. Like I said, most of this is just default or off. Like I turn off I turn off text chat. I turn off subtitles. Color customization. I personally switched team to like a darker blue, and then I switched party to light blue because that's how it used to be in previous COD. So I'm just used to that, so I switched it to there. And I turned enemy to like a darker version of the red, so it looks a little bit more red. But the rest of this I just leave alone. All this other stuff, like I said, I leave alone. Actually, like there is actually a couple more things. So that's on. That's on. Players. Okay, player name abbreviated. I don't care about their icon. I don't care about their clan tag. I don't care about seeing that. I just want to see your name. So I've always done abbreviated. Shout out to Crim6 and TP from back in the day. They're the ones who showed me how to do that shit, like, and explained it like in depth, like in their videos back in like Black Ops 2. So I've been doing abbreviated ever since then. So shout out to them. For this, I turn on server latency and packet loss so I can see it in game. That's pretty much it. Like so all this other stuff's defaulted. Like I said, I turn on the center dot. It helps with like the dot will always be on your screen no matter what, and then like I just have like a default one. But that's pretty much it. Like so all these other settings, like I said, most of this is defaulted, but like I want to show the ones that I've changed. I would try to copy it and maybe like tweak it to how your preference goes, especially like the dead zone stuff. But I'm gonna wrap this video up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you in the next video. Peace.